We are on the road this morning, driving into Winton shortly. Just noticing a few changes in the landscape with the occasional flat-topped mountain. Paddocks continue to be grass, and cattle are happily getting fat, eating the grass. Here is a statue of Banjo Paterson. He wrote the words to Waltzing Matilda at Dagworth Station in the Winton Shire in 1895, to a tune played by Christina McPherson, and the first public performance was in Winton at the North Gregory Hotel on April the 6th, 1895. Waltzing Matilda is now known the world over as Australia's unofficial national anthem and inspiration. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Mistake Creek at Winton. It is a mistake because the flies are horrific, but look at that sunset. That's quite pretty. You should be able to see here the muddy line on the tree. I'm presuming that's from when the floodwaters came through, and that's the level that it came to. We have left Mistake Creek this morning at Winton, or just the other side of Winton, and now we have just arrived at the Age of the Dinosaur museum, so we'll go check it out. The fly level is very high, and of course I've left the fly nets in the car, so we might be going back for them. We'll see. In 1999, while mustering sheep on his property, David Elliott found a fossilised bone of a crustaceous sauropod that roamed the Winton area 95 million years ago. Volunteers do a lot of the work of grinding away the debris from the bones with the little instruments. It sounds like a dentist drill.
They were graziers. Big Ford thinkers though, they were basically in the process of selling off their land when David and Judy Elliott, our founders, came and had a chat to them, told them about their vision of constructing a museum. They were completely on board with it, and what David and Judy decided is that once the museum was being done, they would name something after Peter and Carol Brennan. So they asked them what they wanted, and they said anything as long as it's rough. Here's another one.
Long straight roads, no corners, grazing cattle, lots of grass. Recent rain was really good. Rough surfaces every couple of 100 meters. The road from Winton to Hughenden. Haven't seen a corner yet. It's the very tiny town of Stamford. No pub, no shops, no nothing, but 4 houses. And you had to slow down to 60 kilometres an hour. I just want to say the road from Winton to Hughenden is pretty crappy.
Not a road.
It's not a road, it's a goat track. It's not wide enough in most places to meet a semi-trailer road train. There's even red paint on the road to warn you that you shouldn't be driving on it. If you are driving on it, turn around and go back from where you came from. We left it too late, so we have to go all the way to Hughenden. Alright, rant over. We have arrived at Hughenden Showgrounds. You have to register your car and your van to stay here, but it is a free camp. You can stay here up to a maximum of 7 nights, I think, and you have to be completely self-contained. We have made our way to Richmond and we're at the next part of the dinosaur trail, Kronosaurus Corner. So we'll go check it out. The Hughenden recreational lake. There's a boat ramp, walking paths all the way around it. Barbecues, picnic tables, lights. sandy beach. A good place to come and enjoy. The Flinders River. Today we're going to explore the Porcupine Gorge. The first stop is the lookout. Apparently it's a really spectacular view, so we'll go and have a look, eh? Porcupine Gorge started as a tiny little creek about 280 million years ago. And now look at it. You'll see it better when we get down the bottom. The lookout is about 63 kilometres north of Hughenden, and it sounds like it's got water in it. There's two different ways you can go. You can walk the rim, which we're not doing, or you can walk down into the base of the gorge and look at all the beautiful sandstone layers laid down millions of years ago. I'm going first down the track today to scare all the snakes away.
Realise you gotta get back up this.
Yeah. The only problem with going down is you have to come back the same way.
It's only 1100 metres.
Ah, 1100 metres. We'll be right. Might take twice as long to come up, but I nearly run into that ugly spider.
Missed it by 3.
You can see all the erosion from millions of years of water, sand, rain, rocks. You can see the distinct layers in the sandstone, and the basalt on top. Rock pools of varying size scattered through here. You can see all the different colours in the sandstone. The pinks, the browns, the yellows, blue almost, or grey, whites. It's quite pretty. The iconic pyramid. There is fish in that little waterhole there. Fish and tadpoles. They'll be in trouble when the water dries up. And that brings an end to our Porcupine Gorge walk. It really is a beautiful place to visit. If you're ever out Hughenden way, do come and see it. It is a bit of a walk to get down, 1.2 kilometres, and it's pretty rocky, lots of steps, but you can do it. Highly recommend for people to be quite fit and sturdy on their feet to go up and down this track. Yay, more steps up the hill. Made it the 1.2 kilometres uphill. I think it is just as difficult as the Kings Canyon 500 steps straight up the hill. Just here it's a little bit more spread out, but it's straight up the hill. Anyway, whatever. It was a decent walk. Happy with my effort, and it was lovely. So the mailman Corbett was on his regular run, but unfortunately was speared to death by a group of hostile Aboriginals that were camped on the ridge just above here. So probably up there. There's a bit of a ridge over there. So they speared him to death. And so when the next person come along, they found poor old Corbett dead with spears in him probably, and they buried him right here at this very spot.
So we found the big old coolabah tree, still in Hughenden, which is having a hard time at the moment. It's undergoing treatment to try to sustain its existence. It's going to end up a bit like the tree of knowledge at Parkhaldern by the look of it. But it had some pretty impressive engravings carved into it back in the day. Again, you can't see them at the moment because they're trying to keep the bark on the tree to keep it alive, and they're growing over. But in 1861 and 1862, two different parties came out this way searching for Burke and Wills and carved their camps into the tree. 1861, Frederick Walker left Rockhampton heading to the Gulf of Carpentaria, and in 1862 William Landsborough left the Gulf of Carpentaria heading south and never found Burke and Wills.
The commemorative coolabah tree right here, and 100 metres around here we are parked in our caravan behind that other tree. How cool is that? This Muttabosaurus was found in 1963 by Doug Langdon, and at its time it was the most complete dinosaur ever found in Australia. They took 5 tons of dirt and rock to Brisbane, and the scientists rebuilt it. Winton, Banjo Patterson and Mistake Creek. Oh my god. All the insects there. Incredible. The dinosaur trails starts there. It was pretty good. Porcupine Gorge. Great. Lovely walk. Very interesting. Points of interest along the way to Porcupine Gorge or on the way back. Poor old mailman Corbett, speared to death and buried where he lay. But that's what they did back in the 1800s, I guess. The coolabah tree, would have been interesting to see the actual marks in the tree, but the tree's sick. But interesting. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next week.